Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kenia, and yeah, I don't have anything else to say, but I do have a lot to say actually, because today we're going to be judging if people are an a-hole. I'm going to go on the Am I an a-hole subreddit, and we're going to see people's stories, and we're going to judge. You know how they say, we listen and we don't judge? I'm not like that at all. It's posted by Superman's Left Tip. I don't know if I can say that again. And it says, Am I the asshole for telling my niece her mother tried to give her away as a baby? I, 28 male, got into a huge argument with my sister, 31 female, last week. The argument had been simmering for a long time, as tension between us has been high for years. When I was 17, my sister had an accidental pregnancy, and when she told her boyfriend, he left her. Due to our religious family, she kept the baby. But once her daughter was born, she panicked. She didn't want to go through the legal troubles of adoption, so she asked me and our mother took care of her kid. There was no legal custody, but it was an agreement made within the family. Okay. I essentially raised my niece from birth until she was 3. Ooh, I see. With help from my mother, as she was working to support the new addition to the family. I dropped out of school and took care of her, fed her, changed her, and taught her how to walk while my mom was away at work. Oh, okay. Then my sister met her now husband, cleaned her life up, and suddenly wanted her kid back. No warning, she moves back to home, says thanks, and starts being a mother. My niece is now 11 and doesn't remember all I and her grandmother did. It's been a family agreement to forget all this happened until the argument. My sister made a petty comment during a fight where she implied, since I lost my job recently, I can't handle responsibility. I snapped and told her she was lucky her daughter was too young to remember how she abandoned her. My niece overheard this and now wants to know what I meant. I outright said that her mother didn't think she could raise her and left her with me and grandma. Now my sister says I traumatized her daughter, and my mom says I should have kept the secret like we agreed. I think this secret couldn't stay kept forever. Am I the... There's edits, so let's read the edits. Hello, I'm here to give some more context and answer a bunch of the most common questions. When the argument happened, I don't know why lately I've been having like a Western like accent coming out, but when the argument happened, I had put my niece to bed hours ago. We were at my mother's house, and so no one knew she was going to come in. After my niece was born, my sister moved states to get a job. Also, she was 20 and I was 17. Yeah, see, that's the part that that you said before, right? That you had to drop out of school. You put all your life to the side to take care of your niece, which is really sad because like you were also a teen. And finally, in the aftermath, I said that we can't go back now since my niece already overheard us all talking. So as a group with her stepfather, we should get together to explain it better. Yeah. But since the event a week ago, my sister has been saying that we should blow over it and that my niece will forget if we don't bring it up again. Your sisters. As I'm frustrated at this and how she's now slating me alongside my mother. My mother believes I'm in the wrong for arguing with my sister in the first place, whereas I say she has no right to criticize me for her child. I'm trying to get in contact with my niece's stepfather to ask him for his opinion. Edit 2. Yes, I was asked by my mom to drop out of school and I did so. Yeah, you were parentified, which is so crazy. I didn't go to college later. I had no intention of hurting my niece, but she had already overheard what was said, so I felt that keeping it from her now would just cause her confusion. I'm now trying to backpedal the best I can with the family's assistance to be able to properly explain the situation to her. But my sister and my mother both want to just pretend that never happened and hope my niece forgets as she grows up. I'm starting to wish I was clear from the beginning. I said I was 17 when my sister had the accidental pregnancy. I meant that I was 17 when the baby was born, which doesn't make a difference. You're still a minor. So I don't know why that matters. But okay. Honestly, reading everything completely. So yeah, I don't think you are the asshole. But I do think this could have been handled so different, but there's just too much dynamics. Am I the asshole for eating most of her birthday cake? This is a good one too. Okay, remember I told you I've lived 1,000 lives, so I can judge. I really suffered with eating. One of the things is I would get so like nervous almost that I wasn't gonna have food the next day. And it got to a point where I was eating people's food. Of course, I had mental issues that came along with this. Okay. My wife, 32 female, and I, 35 male, were recently on vacation over the 4th of July. Oh, guys. Changbin from Stray Kids. The 4th of July, which also happens to be my wife's birthday. We had all the normal traditions for our family, including cake. We all had a piece day of, but I'm guessing a piece on 4th of July. But almost nobody ate cake the entire rest of the trip. When the time came to return home, mother-in-law made the cake. Mother-in-law who made the cake offered to send the whole thing with us because they didn't need all that and we will probably just throw it away. My wife hates food waste, so she brought it. The journey home was 2 days by car. It has since been 2 additional days since we got back. Each night after dinner, I had a reasonably sized piece of the cake for dessert. Okay. I used to be a bigger guy, and while I have much better habits now, I still have a soft spot for baked goods. The cake was budgeted for baked goods. Yeah, me too. My mom baked. Sorry, guys. I ran out of space. Had to make some space. So let's continue. The cake was budgeted for, though I had been looking forward to eating a little. Well, today my wife saw that there was only one slice left and was irate, saying I was completely selfish and had eaten almost all of her cake. I told her the cake had been available to all for nearly a week, counting days it sat on the counter before we took it home with us. I did apologize, and that nobody had bothered to touch it but me. I did apologize after she finished explaining to me that it upset her, but I don't understand why it's such a big deal to begin with. The cake was right there. She never even had a bite. So here's the extra stuff. For additional context, in the past, she has requested certain foods be saved for her as leftovers. I've obliged only for that food to sit until it became moldy. Yeah. And she claims she forgot it was in there. Oops. For someone who hates food waste, allegedly, I find this behavior double puzzling. Was I wrong here? It doesn't matter. I know how you feel because that's how I feel. And we're probably very close with the food addiction and stuff. But it doesn't matter. Unfortunately, if it's their food, it's their food. And if they don't want you to have it and it goes moldy, it doesn't matter. Then, edit to answer some questions. It isn't, nor has ever been, a my cake or your cake situation in our family. It's the cake to be shared. There has never been an expectation beyond making sure the birthday person gets first slice. After that, it's just a regular old cake, which, again, I understand, but the way you're saying your wife is speaking, it does kind of sound like she thought it was hers. The courtesy some are relaying is to simply ask if she wanted a slice while I'm serving myself. In our home, this has never really been a consistent thing. It does happen, but it's not an expectation. So, just because there's been a rule doesn't mean you can't deviate from the rule. Just because you guys don't do it that way doesn't mean you can't just start doing it. You don't bring your wife flowers every day, but sometimes you do because it's just like a gesture, right? So I'm not liking these edits much. Finally, we ate on the drive. I don't know why people excluded those 2 days from when the cake was available. Because you're driving? I don't know. Obviously, we didn't drive 48 hours straight without sustenance. And the first night, we obviously had to park and rest somewhere. And besides that, we were home for dinner on the second day as well. Okay, update. I have decided to simply bake her the exact same cake in a smaller tin just for her. It will be her cake and nobody else will touch it. If it gets wasted, so be it. I hate the waste, but it's not worth the division. Update 2. The remade cake was much appreciated. She has yet to take a single bite. Not going to track progress. The cake was made as an apology, not to test the theory. This is my final update. After the updates, I think it was good that you remade the cake, because that's the gesture, right? This is what I'm saying. Just because you don't do things, and I hate this like men things, women things, but maybe it's a women thing. But it's just any little gesture is good. And just because you don't usually do things like this and whatever, it doesn't mean you can't start. And it doesn't mean that people's feelings don't change. So honestly, I'm gonna say you were a little bit of an asshole. And that's why there was an apology cake made, right? And you know it too. It's like you said, it's not worth the pettiness. I get it. I've been there. I've been that kind of person. But yeah, I would say you're a little bit of an asshole, but you have redeeming qualities. So I just wanted to say that I was really nice in the video, or I tried to be as nice as I could to the people. But imagine having any argument, any disagreement with this man. That's all I gotta say. We're gonna read one more. Am I the asshole for laughing at my brother's comment about his new girlfriend's potential career? I need to know whether or not I'm the asshole for calling out my 21 female, my brother 24 male, for his comments during a dinner when meeting his girlfriend 19 female. Okay. This is gonna be juicy, I can tell. I need to know, let's see, I'd like to preface this post by saying that my brother is the type of guy who says with his full chest that women belong in the kitchen and women should serve men. Ooh. Already scandalous. Okay. The scenario that I need to know if I'm the ass or not happened yesterday. My brother decided that my family needed to meet his girlfriend, so they came over for dinner. I would like to say that they have only been dating since the beginning of July 2025. And yes, I think it was too soon to meet her, particularly when she doesn't actually know him that well. Anyways, my brother has said before has horrible views of women, though the entire dinner he would continuously make comments about how much he respects his girlfriend and how he can see them getting married soon. I managed, and I mean managed, to not react, to say anything about this comment up until his girlfriend, she's really nice, I don't have any problems with her, said that she was thinking of joining the police force. My brother went on a tirade about how amazing she would be and how supportive he is of the idea, and both myself and my dad laughed, which according to my brother was effed up because his girlfriend asked why I laughed. And I told her the truth, which is that I laughed purely because every time my brother sees a female police officer, he makes misogynistic comments about how easy it would be to take a female cop down and how women shouldn't be in the police force, military, or any first line or first responders role. Ooh. His girlfriend was obviously stunned and asked him if this was true, which he just called me a B. Oh, I'm sorry. But if I asked you, hey, is all these comments that you're making about women real, true, and you call your sister a B, I already know. Because to me, like, I feel like girls can call each other the B word, but if you are a man and you call a woman a B word, I don't care the situation, even if she is being one, I don't like you. I mean, yeah, you're a weirdo. And had a go at his girlfriend for even suggesting a dinner. I called him out on that and said that he'd been telling us that he wanted us to meet her, so he can't blame her for wanting to meet his family. From there, it then developed into a rant about how she won't marry him anymore, and that he's not going to be able to have with her anymore, because she knows how he really feels about women in law enforcement. I get that it wasn't my place to call him out, and I didn't mean to, but I also don't want her to be manipulated by him into thinking that he would support her when I've heard the horrific things he says. My dad also backed me up and thought it was wrong for my brother to lie and say he would be supportive when he's really not. So am I the a-hole for essentially showing my brother's girlfriend what my brother's really like, not the honeymoon fresh into a relationship version she's seeing him? First, you have to say, you know, why you were laughing. You don't want her to think you're laughing at her. But no, I don't think you're the asshole, because girls, we should be helping each other. We should be defending each other. And if your brother's like this, then you're doing a good job to watch out for her. The edit says, I just wanted to clarify and say that the reason I thought I could be the asshole in this situation is because I don't normally stand up for people's beliefs, especially when it comes to relationships. And if I think it could impact a relationship, part of me really felt bad for interjecting and essentially meddling in the relationship. They haven't broken up to my knowledge, but they're not on the best terms at the moment. I say you're not the asshole. Definitely not. I think you did a good job being a girl's girl. For fun, interesting stories. It's interesting what people will say about their personal lives online. Yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. You know, give your opinion, but be polite, be respectful. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.